Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we're going to talk about an error that I think is in the making. If you have school age kids, watch this. Okay, so there was yet another incident. And this one produced some footage that went viral. There were students, they're in a class, and they're doing everything that they're supposed to do. They're sheltered, right? And somebody knocks on the door, says, "I'm a cop, it's safe to come out now." And one of the students is like, "Yeah, I'm not feeling that." And the person on the other side of the door presses the issue. Says, "No, it's okay, come on out." Students are like, "No. Come to the door and look at my badge, bro." When the students heard the word bro, they're like, "Yeah, red flag, that's not a cop." And they went out the window. First, good for the students. You don't feel safe, get out. Yeah, you are under no obligation to do that. Okay, if you don't feel safe, get out. Now, it did turn out that it was a cop on the other side of the door, but they didn't know that, and they were going off the information they had. They made a call, and good for them. The error that I think is about to be made is by law enforcement agencies that saw this footage. They realize there's an issue, and they want to come up with a way so this doesn't happen again in the future. They want to come up with something that they can say through the door, a conversation they can have through the door to let the students know that it really is a cop. This is a good idea. However, what I have seen go out in the media is for the students to ask department name and badge number. I guess from there, they'll call dispatch, and dispatch will say, "Yeah, that person's there." Or maybe they radio them and say, "Hey, are you trying to get in the door?" And the person says, "Yes." And dispatch gives the students the okay to open the door. And then they do. And then they all get shot, because Officer Smith is laying in the hallway and all of the information that is being passed back and forth is visible on his uniform. It's a good idea. That cannot be the information used. Aside from that, something that law enforcement continuously forgets when they're talking about training students on how to deal with this is that when they do it, they are more than likely also training the suspect. The people responsible for this type of stuff, they typically have a planning period. If they know that name, badge number, and department will get them through the door, I'm fairly certain they will go look at the SRO's badge number. They know that person's going to be there. It can't be that information. It's a good idea, but it can't be that information. So, if your kid is told this, you need to call the sheriff's department and explain that. That is not the way to do it. The idea itself is very sound, but what should probably happen is for the officer to provide a number. And that number is coming from a place the students don't know. It could be the last four of the serial number on their radio or weapon. It could be their car number. It could be anything. But the students don't know what the number is related to. They provide the number through the door. The students call dispatch. Dispatch says, "This is the person's name." The students ask what the name is. And if they get the right number or they get the right name, then they go look to the door, but not before then. Can't use information that is publicly visible like that. It doesn't do any good, because anything that you're going to train the students to do, you're also probably training the suspect, because they're probably sitting in the class. So, talk to your kids, find out if that is a new procedure they're being taught. If it is, call the sheriff's department, because that won't work. That will go badly. So, yeah. I also think that we should probably really start to reevaluate stuff now that we're training kids how to deal with stuff like this, and they're having to learn countersign stuff in middle school. That's I think in most societies that's something we should probably see as unacceptable. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.